This is Sydney.
And I'm Sher. Here we are again with another challenge check-in where Sydney is reminding me why I left middle school.
Here.
All right, AI Dawn, get us started.
Welcome to our Hidden Heroes Challenge check-in.
But before we get into this week's challenge check-in, we will share with you a few thoughts that have been on our minds.
Your mind, not my mind. Please leave me out of this.
Our first category is something we overheard this week.
In this category, I challenge Sher to eavesdrop on other people's conversations and come back with some juicy information she overheard. What did you hear this week?
So I was at church on Sunday, Sydney, and I overheard this lady tell her 8-year-old daughter to steal a toy that was on the ground in front of her so that they could sell it.
It was not a toy.
It was a truck.
No, it wasn't.
What was it?
An older lady dropped her keys to her car.
Oh, it was a real vehicle. You wanted to sell it.
I said, hey, E, go get those keys. Let's steal her car.
That is exactly what I heard.
But I wasn't talking about a toy car. Grand Theft Auto on the ladies at church. I'm going to cornobble them and steal their car. That's what's happening.
See, this is what happens, though, when you eavesdrop. You get the story wrong every time because I just thought it was like a fake car. I was wondering, why did Grandma have a toy car? Because she didn't have any grandkids or anyone around her.
No, she dropped her keys and didn't even notice. I was like, we could steal it, girl. And then what did she do?
E did not listen to her mother and picked the keys up and gave them to her, to which the lady said, thank you very much. And then the person that I was eavesdropping on said, we could have had so much money, E.
We would have paid tithing on it.
Oh, gosh. It's really good parenting there, Sydney.
Thank you. Also, I overheard something at church that the kids that sat behind us, actually, one of them ripped cheeks so aggressively loud. Did you hear that?
No.
Oh.
How did I not hear it?
I don't know. It was so loud they couldn't stop laughing. Yeah, someone ripped cheeks and the boys couldn't stop laughing. And then my kids couldn't stop laughing because we all heard it. That's reverent church for us.
I was listening so intently to the speakers that everything was blocked out. I listened except for the distraction I had with you stealing the car.
Well, we didn't steal it because my partner in crime failed. She was grounded from her iPad.
Okay.
The next category is confession of the soul.
In this category, we will share confessions that are deep and dark from our soul. Sometimes I act like I know what people are talking about because the way they say it, it makes it sound like it's common knowledge. But soon after, I Google the information because I did not know it. And then even sooner after that, I forget what I had just Googled.
Sometimes when we're doing a podcast and I yawn and then I say, oh, I'm so sorry, Sydney. It's not that I'm sorry, it's that I'm bored.
I often yawn when I'm talking too. I tell myself I'm chill, but everyone who knows and loves me tells me I'm not so chill. So that will remain a mystery forever.
You think you're chill?
Yeah, I do. I really do think I'm chill. But Ben says I'm not. And that hurts my feelings. And I get so mad. And I throw things. I throw pots and pans at our neighbor's animals. I just throw them. I rip out flowers out of the garden bed and I throw rocks. And I'm like, I am chill. Anyway, so I don't know. I know what I feel. And I know what other people say. So it's just going to be a mystery. A confession that's a mystery.
Here's my confession. When I edit the podcast, I often fall asleep.
Wait, during both of our parts?
It's your turn now.
I am feeling chill right now. It's not the mental or the physical benefits that motivate me to get to the gym every morning, but it's the justification to drink a caffeinated beverage and also the benefit of listening to unedited music uninterrupted. That's what gets me to the gym.
I say whatever it takes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I have one more.
Okay.
I just realized that everything I just said had to do with yawning and falling asleep.
During me speaking? Yep.
Well, maybe it's actually because I'm getting old and I just fall asleep.
No, don't confess that. All right.
Now it's time to supercharge your vocab.
In this category, I will give you a word of the week, and you will use it in a sentence before you know what it means. The word of the week is beef walk.
Beef walk?
Yes.
Verb?
It's an action, yes.
Good farmers like to beef walk their cows before milking or before they turn them into beefsteaks.
Beef walk, to leave a place where there are a number of people to go somewhere alone and pass wind in order to avoid embarrassment. Boy, that curry I ate for lunch is starting to attack. I need a beef walk. I'll be back in a minute. It's very seldom used.
The kid in church should have used it, and often
He inspired that.
I want all of my nephews to listen very carefully to this.
Beef walk.
Beef walk, boys.
It didn't say, though, to be polite, which I think it should have, but I guess it is Urban Dictionary. You exit a room and you go and pass gas, not at the table where you're playing a board game, Titus.
And you don't do it running away so it stays in the room you just left.
Don't leave it downwind.
No.
Don't.
Just,
A beef walk is not a downwinded situation. It's a separate room situation.
you're being polite. I was really wrong on my sentence.
I mean, you want to get that out maybe before you milk them.
You don't want to.
You don't want a clutch oven from the cow.
No, that would be
Horrific.
disastrous.
Our challenge this week was to find a hidden hero. It could be in your family line or it could be online with Google's help. What did you do?
Well, I'm going to make a confession that I have not completed mine yet, but I have it ready to go. I have a little book that's about the Reformation. I know that it's going to talk about Martin Luther, but I don't know the rest of them. But I'm excited to learn more about the Reformation and the people that were involved in it.
I love that. I learned about Mohammed Bazik. He's from Libya and he moved to California in the early 2000s. When he got there, he thought it would be this American dream, but he found so much heartbreak. He found that the nearby hospitals had children who had been abandoned. And these children were given only weeks to live oftentimes or had severe disabilities. And he found out that the parents didn't want to deal with the passing or didn't want to deal with the disability, so they abandoned them at the hospital. So at first, Mohammed started going to visit the children and bringing them things. And then he got to the place where he became a foster parent to 80 children.
That is amazing.
And he would help the process of their passing. And he would also just be there for them. A lot of them were blind or deaf. And he found that if he just gently touched their back or their arms, that the touch allowed them to know someone was there. And it was him. I thought that was so beautiful. It's a modern day hero.
That is an inspiration. I need to be so much better. That was a good one.
I liked it. It really touched my heart.
Good job, Sydney. I take back all the mean things I've said about you during this episode.
Because of Mohammed's actions. Thanks, Mohammed. I've done nothing. Have a great week.